I leave you guys alone for just a few short years, and look at what the hell you've done to everything. Well, fine. I'm back. I brought the milk finally. I'm back. What the hell? I left. The hobby was already a speculative mess. Everyone was already trying to make all sorts of Timmies. The Timmies were going crazy. Now, just a few short years later, we have more and more Timmies maxing out credit cards. People going from stall to stall at fucking conventions, just buying and then immediately trying to resell it for $5 because $5, you know what? They just need to go and get themselves like a fucking McChicken. What is that shit up to? Like $1.89 now, $2.15? Like how much longer before you hit $3 and then that $5 doesn't even go anywhere? I cannot believe how ridiculous this stuff has gotten. I have been researching, trying to understand what all has been going on, and I've noticed something. All of the Pokemon channels still exist from a couple years ago when I was still around, but the viewership is starting to shift. I'm seeing a lot more investment channels. I'm seeing a lot more, hey, put your money into this. That's where you're going to make all the money. Hey, buy this now, sell this now. This is how you invest. This is how you flip. And then the channels like Leon Hart, the simple collector channels, the ones that are just fun, aren't nearly as big anymore. They're not getting as many views. Instead, we're all fixated on this investor mindset. Why? Why did it get so much worse? And simultaneously, like, some people have gotten smarter, but man, have we gotten really fucking dumb. Like, we're now playing the game of, well, I think I'm slightly better than everyone else, so I'm going to be able to get in and pull my money out before it all goes bad. Or, hey, I can flip so well, I can actually go ahead and outrun my credit card interest. I can just go all in on it and it's going to be better than the markets. I mean, what the fuck has been going on with everyone? So, here I am. I decided to go ahead and come back in because this has been utterly ridiculous. Someone has to come in and try and teach some sense, bring a little bit of order to the chaos. I know, I'm nowhere near as big as other people where, you know, I can touch thousands upon thousands of people and maybe I shouldn't touch thousands and thousands of people. Okay. But you get what I'm saying. Even if I can only help a handful of people, that was the whole reason I did it years ago. Quite frankly, I just got a little bored way back then because, let's be honest, once you start to actually understand these markets, you look at the collectibles, you begin to understand how the booster boxes, the cards, you go into sports, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh! You see, it all comes down to one simple thing, which is it's all speculative. You should already have money in other markets. And once you have that, go ahead and have your fun money. But that's not how people approach it. That's how ideally we would, but it's not how we approach it. With the advent of how everything has been going on in the world, it feels like you can't get ahead financially. It feels as though you're never going to leave your little income bracket. Everyone is starting to believe that you have to win big in order to break out. So what? Maybe I buy, I don't know, like let's say theoretically I had a booster box here. You buy a booster box and you're like, if it 10x's and I have like 100 of them, I'm rich. I'm finally out of whatever class you're in. And they're just thinking, all I need to do is win once or a couple times big and I'm finally out. Not realizing that it's not how we actually do things. That's not how you actually get ahead. You want a perfect example? I am Captain Timmy. I started as a perfect little Timmy. I bought card breaks. I invested into random stuff. I had no clue what I was doing. And I'm going to be honest, even back years ago, I was a full-on Timmy. I got incredibly lucky that when I joined the hobby and I was investing, I could literally grab like $5 and just chuck that shit into the wind and it'd blow back as $20. That's why everyone did so well years ago. And now, yes, the stuff I bought back then is like, what the fuck? I bought like, what was it? I think I bought a Shining Legends like Helloooooo Premium Collection or something. I don't even remember its exact name. I believe I bought it for $130. I swear, I put it up on screen at least. I think it's like 13K last sold or some stupid shit. What is going on with that? But I'll use myself as anecdotal evidence. I'm nothing, I don't come from money. I don't come from even necessarily a great family or anything like that. Since I was last with you guys and I put down Pokemon and I focused on what I could, which is the number one investment you can make is into yourself, I did. I am now a paramedic. I work for a city and I'm doing fairly well. So I have a home. I'm able to actually afford it very comfortably. I have nearly my car paid off. I'm finally married with my editor from all those years ago. And I'm doing pretty well. Now I decided, you know what? I'm going to come back into Pokemon and I'm going to have some fun. I can afford it. You know what? A $600 booster case, $700, I don't even know. At this point, it could be fucking $1,000 on release for all I know with how stupid these prices are. I can afford that. Maybe not like if it's every month, but I can afford it and not break the bank, not have to lose sleep at night if it goes down by 50%. That's what I was able to accomplish whenever I fixated on what I was teaching more than just teaching it for those couple of years. Now that I've actually applied it, I've gotten results. I want to come back and I want to have some fun here. I want to teach again. While I am not a financial advisor, I'm not some Pokemon guru, I do understand some basic things. I understand what it's like to not come from money, what it's like to want to just not have to worry about the price on a menu when you go to a restaurant, or even think about the price of your groceries. I understand just wanting to just let out a breath, that you finally have gotten to a point in life where you are content and you feel you've done a good job. And I think desperately we are so fixated on trying to get ahead financially, that gets extrapolated to the point where now we want to be rich. We want to try and retire early. We want to try and win the lottery. We all want to be the Rudies, the SM Pratts, when in reality, we're all just going to be little no-names, just trying to live a decent life. And in this hobby, you can make money. You can make money if you play it smart and if you're patient, but it's not going to be the way you want it to be. It's not going to be quick. It's definitely not going to be risk-free. Like, you will lose your proverbial ass on some of these investments. Well, investments. It's more like just speculative gambling, and we pretend it's investments. But you can make it. Because I generally think it's going to be fine. The games have been improving. The anime, inarguably, the anime is way better ever since they got rid of Ash, am I right? That fucking little asshole was tracking that shit down. And the sets, you can tell they've been shifting more and more to try and actually get, essentially, investors to get into it. Think about all of the auxiliary products, all of those little, like, ultra premium collection, super premium collection, fuck you price collections, all that stuff. It's because they're trying to sell bigger and bigger items with wider and wider margins. It's getting utterly ridiculous, but Pokemon knows how to cater to investors, essentially. And I think it's gonna be fine, but you really need to be in a good spot to play in this kind of game. Because, like I said, it's speculative by nature, and it's essentially gambling. It's gambling, and we pretend and tell ourselves it's investing so we sleep better at night. I want people to play in this market and have fun, and ideally, the way you do it is you purchase, you sell along the way till you're at a net zero, and then you play with the house's money. Use that money, roll it into something else, get yourself something like that. Good example, These punches back here, I did the same thing. I believe it was I traded with, I can't even remember his name anymore. It was so long ago, but he was I think it was Catch 'em All Collectibles. I, I'm not 100% sure anymore. It's been so long. But I traded him a booster box at the time plus cash, and he went ahead and he did the deal with me. It was fun. This was one of my grails. I wanted to chase it. I ended up with them, and I don't have to worry about it because I played with the house's money at that time. Well, other than the little bit of investment I put into it, but that's besides the point. Okay, I could afford that then. So that was all. I just wanted to come out, show, hey, I'm coming back. No promise on how often I'll make content, but I do want to be a part of this again. I love the community. I love the community that was on the channel. Just talking with people, like-minded people, seeing people want to grow and better themselves, get educated. That was the best part of it. It's why I always wanted to come back. I just had to spend a couple years focusing on myself to do better. So now I can actually come back and fixate on what's important. Not the viewership, not making any income off of Pokemon or from YouTube, but just teaching people. Because if even one person, just one, can either stop where they're at before they go way too deep into this, or perhaps realize what they've done and try to claw it back, maybe come back from some of that debt, realize they're going in too deep. There are genuine people who are thousands and thousands, I don't even want to know how much, in debt for children's cardboard. So, yeah, I'm back. And honestly, I think the Timmies need a conductor. So, let's get this show back on the road.